WLNS is here for you, celebrating 75 years of bringing you the news with 6 News at 5.
Classes remain canceled at Florida State University in Tallahassee as authorities work to figure out what led to a deadly mass shooting on FSU's campus. It is our top story today at 5. Thanks for joining us. I'm Sherry Jones. 2 people were killed and 6 others injured when the stepson of a local sheriff's deputy allegedly opened fire near a crowded student union building yesterday. The suspect, who was injured in a shootout with police, remains hospitalized. Katie Weiss has the latest on the investigation from Tallahassee, Florida.
Grieving students at Florida State University returned to campus buildings Friday.
We're going to let a few people in at a time
to retrieve items they left behind, fleeing Thursday's mass shooting. This video appears to show the alleged gunman opening fire as people ran for their lives.
The first shot rang out at 11:56 or 57, and within 3 to 5 minutes, the situation was over.
At least 6 victims were transported to Tallahassee Memorial Healthcare with wounds to the chest and abdomen.
3 of them did go to the operating room and have since been out of the operating room. We do feel that all will make a full recovery.
57-year-old Roberto Morales, an FSU employee, was one of the victims killed. He leaves behind a wife and a daughter. FSU students and faculty grappling with the tragedy have been coming together to comfort one another and place flowers and mementos at this growing memorial.
Everybody's still in shock of what happened. It was obviously a very devastating time yesterday.
Police identified the suspect as 20-year-old Phoenix Eichner, an FSU student and stepson of a local sheriff's deputy.
At this point, there does not appear to be any connection at all between the shooter and any of the victims.
Authorities say one of the weapons he used in the attack was his stepmother's former service weapon, which she legally purchased as a personal handgun. I'm Katie Weiss, CBS News, Tallahassee, Florida.
And court records obtained by CBS News show the suspected shooter had been at the center of a years-long custody battle between his father and birth mother. Florida State University has opened a support center on campus to provide counseling to students and faculty. And this type of tragedy is all too familiar here in mid-Michigan. The MSU community dealt with the same kind of pain and loss following the 2023 campus shooting that killed 3 students here. Tonight, we have learned that MSU President Kevin Guskowitz has reached out to leaders at Florida State to offer his condolences, as well as those of the entire Spartan community. And MSU says it will offer its support all it can to help out the Florida State community as it deals with this tragedy. New tonight, a dead dog was found in a public park, and officials are now working to find out who put it there. Ingham County Animal Control says they found a dog in a crate covered in a trash bag at Lansing's Everett Park yesterday. Rachel Ramsey was there today, and she spoke with officials about where the investigation stands tonight. Rachel?
Yeah, Sherry, animal control officials say they found the French bulldog around 3 p.m. yesterday, but they suspect it was abandoned at that park on the city's south side somewhere between 6 p.m. Wednesday and 10 a.m. Thursday. Everett Park is surrounded by a neighborhood, and the county's animal control deputy director came back to the park today to talk with neighbors and collect any security camera footage that could help with the investigation. The neighbors I spoke with can't believe someone would just dump a dog there, and at a very active and busy park where a lot of kids play. Animal Control shared what someone can do to properly handle a deceased animal.
There's actually a state law that governs the disposal of animals. It's the Bodies of Dead Animals Act, and it provides guidance on what you shouldn't do. If people have an animal that they need to dispose of, they can contact a local veterinarian. They can contact us at the shelter. We do offer that service. There are many other options. If the animal did die of natural causes, there are many other ways to handle it other.
Investigators don't know about the events that led up to the dog being abandoned, but officials say if abuse was involved, they will pursue all avenues of justice. Coming up on 6 News at 6, we will have more from Animal Control, along with reaction from those who live nearby who can't believe this happened. Sherry, back to you.
Thank you, Rachel. We continue to follow a large fire that broke out overnight at a campground near the village of Stockbridge. It happened at the Heartland Woods Family Resort on Friarmouth Road. That's near Fitchburg Road. The Stockbridge Area Emergency Services Authority Fire Chief tells 6 News the flames overtook 2 to 3 abandoned campers. No one was hurt, and it's still not clear yet how that fire started. Well, today Catholics all around the world are observing Good Friday, and here in Lansing, Cristo Rey Community Church held its annual outdoor Way of the Cross. The march started at the Capitol at around noon and lasted about 3 miles, ending with a service at 2:30 p.m. For the people who take part in this annual event, it's an honor to their beliefs and to celebrate sacrifice.
You know, it is an honor and a privilege for all of us to be able to do this, right? To sort of commemorate that, to be out in the community here, walking from the Capitol all the way to Cristo Rey Community Center in North Lansing.
Cristo Rey's outdoor Way of the Cross march started more than 40 years ago.
From Storm Tracker 6, this is Weather First, sponsored by Auto Owners Insurance. Simple human sense.
Well, Lansing got a little rain today, but check out Grand Rapids. That area saw a few flooded roads this morning. It's a pretty major intersection just outside of downtown Grand Rapids. Meteorologist Kendall Wilson joins us now. Now, Kendall, we didn't see that much rain, did we?
Not by any means, Sherry. I mean, most of our rain gauges across mid-Michigan actually only picked up on a trace amount of precipitation from the storms that we saw later this morning into the early afternoon hours of the day. But check out those rainfall totals over towards Grand Rapids. 65/100ths of an inch of precipitation there, just above 0.8 of an inch over in Muskegon. We not only didn't see a whole lot in the way of rain, but even the showers and thunderstorms that did form across the region didn't produce much in the way of wind. A peak wind gust of only 28 miles per hour thus far in Lansing and Howell, up to 31 in Jackson. The highest wind gust that we've had across the lower peninsula was over towards the lakeshore, 45 miles per hour over in Muskegon. Again, we have dry and mostly cloudy conditions in place as of right now, but we are keeping an eye on an area of low pressure to our west, which will eventually move into our region later on this evening, and storms will begin to form right along this cold front. Those storms are actually going to give us the best chance of any sort of severe weather across the area, and it is worth noting that our severe weather potential just in general is diminishing. Yesterday, the Storm Prediction Center has us in that level 2 out of 5 slight risk for strong to severe storms. They have downgraded the risk across mid-Michigan, currently just a level 1 marginal risk in place across the entire area. The same concerns remain in place, biggest one going to be the potential for some strong damaging wind gusts and any of the storms that we really get to form ahead of that cold front between 6 o'clock this evening and 2 o'clock tomorrow morning. We also could see some isolated large hail in any of the stronger storms that form, and even though I'm not really concerned with tornadic activity across our region today, there still is a low-end non-zero threat for that across our area, so just something that we need to be mindful of as we go forward. Precision Cast is going to keep us quiet as we go throughout the next few hours. A couple of isolated showers and thunderstorms will be possible this evening, but the main line of activity will be moving in just shortly after midnight. Again, a couple of showers, maybe a couple of strong thunderstorms in the forecast by then. After that activity exits, we have a pretty nice forecast just in time for the start of the weekend. We're going to hold on to mostly cloudy skies across the area, and since that cold front will have passed through, unfortunately temperatures tomorrow not going to be nearly as warm as what we saw today. We hold on to dry weather as we move into the start of our Easter Sunday. By the time we get into Sunday afternoon and evening, the chance for a couple of scattered rain showers will return to the region, and we'll hold on to that chance for precipitation even as we move throughout our Monday as well. Notice the widespread cloud cover that we have in place over at the Capitol right now. Temperatures very nice, 76 degrees, the same as our high for the day, and it was a very mild start to our morning, waking up to temperatures in the low 50s. Really impressive over in Grand Ledge as well. We made it up to a high of 76 here as well. For reference, the average high temperature for this time of year normally in the upper 50s, so we are well above that mark. We're at 79 degrees in Jackson, winds gusting as high as 30 31 miles per hour. And our final stop in the city of Hillsdale, still a couple of peaks of sunshine poking through the cloud cover. Temperatures at 81 degrees, the same as our high. Another very warm start to our morning with temperatures falling down to 54 degrees. It is going to be fairly mild tonight as well. Temperatures only falling down into the low 50s as we start off our Saturday. But because of the cold front and the cloud cover that we are going to have during the day, we're only going to make it up to a high in the mid to upper 50s. 60s return to the forecast by Monday, as does the chance for rain. But notice we have highs in the low 70s, upper 60s to be thankful for as we move throughout the second half of next week. We do have the chance for a couple of morning sprinkles early next Saturday. Otherwise, the weekend looking pretty nice here.
No kidding. I think we've turned the corner.
You know what? I said it this morning. I had a radio interview. I'm cautiously optimistic that we have turned a corner here.
I know, with 70s and a low of 50, we're there.
You know what? And hopefully we can just keep that going.
I hope so too. Yes. Thanks, Kendall. Still ahead on 6 News at 5.
The Trump administration says it will abandon peace talks to end Russia's war with Ukraine if more progress isn't made. I'm Erica Brown at the White House with more on those negotiations and the administration's aggressive deportation push.
That and much more straight ahead on 6 News at 5.